Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Abrazo Football Podcast. I'm Blaine. Brooks is on the other side of the world right now, hanging out in Barcelona. And today, we are so close to the season, I can almost taste it. We had our first taste of non friendly football for the better part of 12 weeks. And yesterday, because today is Sunday, we had three, or maybe it was only two competitions. When was the Emirates Cup? Was the Emirates Cup on
Yesterday.
yesterday? Okay, so three. So let's kick things off with the German Super Cup. It's the same story every year. It's Bayern Munich versus either a Borussia Dortmund or in more recent times RB Leipzig. So this year, unlike any other year, or just like every other year, Bayern Munich obviously won the Super Cup. They beat Bayern or Borussia or RB Leipzig to no one's surprise. And I don't know if you watched the match or not, Brooks, but to me it looked like Bayern was almost playing games with their opposition. They scored 3 goals, then they let them score a goal. They scored another goal, they let them score another goal. Then they scored 2 goals just to send a message, let them score another goal, and then I think they scored another. I think the score was I think it was 3-5, or it was either 3-5 or 2-5 or something like that. Anyway, I mean, I don't know if that gives us any insights on what the season could look like. If, like, it really, in my opinion, it looked like they were just toying with them. The whole team looked good. They didn't look like they were suffering from Robert Lewandowski being gone. You know, not a whole lot of thoughts there. I guess my only question was, do you think Bayern Munich is actually going to lose the competition this year, or is it going to be 11 in a row or 12 or how many ever in a row for them in the Bundesliga this season?
Yeah, I mean, initially I was like, especially when they were getting rid of Lewandowski, I was like, okay, well, maybe this will just give a little bit more, competition to the to the league, but it doesn't look like it. And they're not. They're trying to pull a Pep. They're not even talking about bringing in strikers. So yeah, I thought it would be a little bit more challenging for them, at least first game of the season, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, it looks like they're just going to run away with it again. I would hope that Leipzig or Dortmund or someone could kind of like nip at the tails, like at their heels a little bit, especially with Lewandowski being gone. But this doesn't look like it. It's going to take like some serious injuries, big signings on
Yeah,
other ends. It just doesn't look like there's going to be stopped for a while. It's all, and it's sad. Like I don't want to keep seeing this.
yeah. Well, the thing I thought, so I was like, okay, Robert left, and then like
Right.
a few of the players that weren't performing, like I don't know, Bayern has like some voodoo or something going on. Like Serge Gnabry was thinking about leaving. All of a sudden, he signs a long-term contract.
Right.
Benjamin Pavard, World Cup winner, they were talking about him leaving. I think he also signed a contract extension. They signed Matheus de Ligt, which wasn't great at Juventus. They signed Sadio Mane,
Right.
and it looks like even Leroy Sané, who I guess is notoriously, he's basically Eden Hazard Jr., where it's like he only plays when he wants to play. This season, he looks like he's committed to actually going back to being a world class player. So, and maybe that's because it's a World Cup year. So it's like all the things that might have potentially been going against them seem to have like did a U turn, and now it's like, oh, so that happened. In addition to that, we weakened RB Leipzig and we'll continue to weaken them, and some of their better players have also left. And then Dortmund's their marquee signing of the summer, pray for them.
Yeah.
You got what? Testicular cancer or something of that nature?
Yeah.
So it's like the forces in Germany are like, yeah, we just don't want to let anybody else even have a chance. Like you thought you had a chance. If anyone needed good luck or good fortune, we're going to take that from them. We're just going to give it right back to the Bavarian team. And who
Right.
doesn't need any luck or good fortune at all. And the other teams, it's like, oh, here's another mishap. Here's another misfortune. Oh, this, we can't keep this guy. But I don't know. It's sad. It's sad. And that's all I'm going to say. I want RB Leipzig to win so bad, but it's clear that they won't. They won't. They
Yeah, no, I'm
can't.
with you.
They
I
can't
mean, I would
compete.
prefer Dortmund to win, but yeah, it looks like like Bayern is just going to keep running away with it. And you're right. Like when they buy in Germany usually. Usually, I mean, they obviously like not with I guess Leroy Sané, but I don't know. A lot of their top players, like even Serge Gnabry, he started at Arsenal. So then he had made his round on loan in England or whatever, but then he was over in Germany and they bought him from a German club. So like they
Yeah.
just they just buy they just weaken the German, teams, like you said. So even though
Yeah.
they lost one of the best strikers currently in the game, it's like they're probably just not going to miss a step. Because even this was a somewhat competitive, season, but they still won it by double digits, didn't they? Like Dortmund wasn't that close.
Nah. I mean, I don't know how much they won it by, but I would say they at least won by 9 points, if not, but most likely more.
Yeah.
I mean, is it worth looking up? It's probably not worth looking up. It was out of sight. I could almost guarantee it.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that. I don't know. I would love to see, Leipzig or a Dortmund or someone win. I would love to see Schalke be good again, or even like Werder Bremen or something like that. But it's just not going to happen anytime soon, it seems, because obviously, people who are good and that like want to stay in Germany, if they're good enough to go to Bayern, they will go to Bayern.
Yeah.
So, what did you find out the deficit, the points deficit?
Yeah, it was 8 points. They won
Eight
by
points.
8.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
So, I
understand how
mean,
that happened, but yeah, 8 points.
and it was Dortmund in second.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I don't think obviously Dortmund's going to be as good this year because unfortunately what's happening with their kind of marquee signing, like you said, and losing Holland, but we'll see. Just have to wait it out and see. I thought it would be closer, but it's not. It's just going to be the same story this year, I think.
Yeah. Yep. It could have been, but yeah, it won't be.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, that said, I will still probably watch the majority of the Bayern Munich games because despite there being a lack of competition, I do love to watch an old-fashioned battering on the pitch. So, there's nothing I love to watch more than a bunch of players running up the scoreboard in fashion on a Saturday morning. So,
All right, let's
at
go.
least if all else fails. All right, man. Well, let's move on to another precursor competition or competitive friendly over in England. There was the Community Shield, right? Liverpool versus a Manchester City. Jurgen Klopp versus a Pep Guardiola. First off, did you have, because I don't think we did a preview or anything, who did you think was going to win this? You got, the team that
City.
won the league versus, okay, you thought City was going to win.
Yeah.
Why?
I
Why?
just think that so first of all, I don't think that they've got a ton stronger, but I do think that they needed to improve at the back, and someone like Calvin Phillips is really great at that. And obviously, Julian Alvarez at up top was a really great addition too. But they got rid of some kind of, I'm not going to say like massively key players, but they did lose some pretty notable players on that side. So, but I don't know. I thought that they would still go through because they have an improved Jack Grealish, obviously an Erling Haaland. Liverpool to me didn't get much stronger because I was like, I mean, I like Nunez and I want him to do really well, but I was like, yo, one season in Portugal, is he really gonna be like keeping this up in England? And this dude definitely appears to be keeping it up in England. Like scored like what 5 or 4 his first game, and then he had this forced a handball, which turned into obviously a goal penalty by, by yeah, by Salah, and then he had his header that he acted like Cristiano Ronaldo after he scored it. So these dudes
Bro,
can
he ripped
play.
that shirt off so quick. He was having a little bit of difficulty, but as soon as he got loose, I was like, good grief.
Yeah,
Insane.
listen, if I had that body to show off too, like this dude doesn't have an ounce of fat on it.
He only eating skinless chicken and salmon. Yo, that's Ronaldo Jr. I can't lie, man. I'm a Darwin Nunez fan. I'm a fan now. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be a fan. I was like, I'm not sure. I was like you. I'm not sure about this boy coming from Portugal. Thinking he big, thinking he the band. Big $100 million signing, Uruguayan. Yeah, I'm that guy. I was like,
Yeah, he's
maybe you
that
are,
guy for
maybe you aren't.
sure.
I am convinced. I mean, I hope he is, but I feel like he's already shown that he is. He's a
Yeah, I
monster.
mean, again, like we've
He's
talked
an
about this a
absolute
bunch.
menace.
He's a menace, dude. We talked to this a bunch like it is preseason, but not only did he get that goal and did he force a penalty, but he really, I mean, he should have had another goal that just bounced off the face of Ederson. Not was it not for Ederson's face? This dude would have had 2 goals in that game. So he's definitely
Mm-hmm.
causing havoc. He's a massive guy. He's like a young Ibrahimovic up there. He's huge, got muscle, he can move.
He's
This guy,
huge.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of
was he like
nervous.
6'2", six
I'm kind of
three?
wishing that those. I mean, I know Arsenal was linked to everyone, but they were linked to him in January. Now I'm really wishing that they would have bought him.
Man, don't be greedy.
You there?
They're gonna be just fine. Can you hear me? I lost him. Okay. Well, in the spirit of keeping the show going until our friend Brooks joins us back, the points, the key takeaways from the Community Shield are A, Liverpool sent a message, Mohamed Salah sent a message, Darwin Nunez sent a message, and despite the Community Shield being a glorified friendly, Manchester City might be in trouble. We don't know. Again, it was a friendly. Erling Haaland missed a sitter. I'm not going to kill him. Kevin De Bruyne missed a similar sitter. Chris Wondolowski missed an identical sitter in a World Cup knockout stage against Belgium. So it happens. It's not that big a deal. It is what it is. We'll see what happens when the season goes. But right now, I'm saying it's advantage Liverpool. Okay. So, moving on, Brooks. We got to talk about the most prestigious football association tournament in all of Northern London, hosted every year right before the season kicks off. If you don't know by now, we're talking about the Emirates Cup. Reigning champions Arsenal played a one-off final against Spanish runner-up Sevilla. Tell us about the game, Brooks. What the heck
I mean,
happened in that stadium?
it was everything you wanted to see as an Arsenal fan. So the only thing you wish would have happened was it was a regular season game because Jesus got his first hat trick. Bukayo Osaka is looking amazing. Everybody's looking so good there. Captain Odegaard was running the show. William Saliba was out there, keeping his cool, keeping a clean sheet. Ben White playing over on the right. Everything was just like perfect. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say except for I'm super excited, and I just really, really, really hope that this is a precursor to what's coming up this season because Arsenal fans need it. Arsenal need it. I really hope that this is going to continue to carry on. Like I said, it literally been a perfect preseason, and there's no better way to end that than a win at home, 6-0, keeping the Emirates Cup. So now we just look forward to Crystal Palace away and hope we can start the season off with a win.
Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't even know the cup was going on until you texted me. And I was searching everywhere to find the highlights. Had to go to arsenalfc.uk.co just to get a look at it. They were being stingy with this one. I think they wanted you to pay money to watch this. They knew there were going to be so many goals. I didn't know that they were going to do Sevilla like this. Sevilla are down. I don't know if Sevilla is just that down bad or if Arsenal. I mean, they did the same thing to Chelsea, so I'm really starting to believe they just really got a whole new mentality, right? You forgot.
That's what you want to think as an Arsenal. What'd you say?
But you forgot to mention Nketiah also got a goal with the new number on his back.
You're right.
That's what
he did.
Everyone's like guys that never scored goals scored more goals in this preseason than they scored in the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, I think Jesus has 9 already, or had 9 in the preseason. So
that's stupid.
And it's not like they're playing, terrible teams. Obviously, like you just said it, Chelsea. This is not kind of a super weak preseason. But again, it is
Sevilla,
just preseason, so we'll never know.
Sevilla isn't a weak team by any stretch. Like
No.
I mean, they were second place in La Liga until like the last week or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and Arsenal didn't finish top 4. So, I mean, you could say they've at least beaten 2 teams that are definitively were better than them, and
Right.
it wasn't like they were very convincing wins. Like they were embarrassing. They embarrassed the teams in the process of winning. So
Yeah. Well, and as an Arsenal fan, let me just say this: like, there were, I mean, you've probably seen this too. Like, there were glimpses last season where you were like, "Oh, this is like they could be really good if they can kind of, keep this consistency, not get injured, if they can continue to have this confidence and just like not make stupid mistakes." It just seems like in this preseason, which it is a preseason and we are doing it for specific reasons and trying to build on this and stuff. Like, it seems like they're kind of kicking out all of that trash that kind of kept them out of top four last season, just with these first few games is what it looks like. So hopefully, again, that mentality carries over into the regular season. And, you know, we have a very enjoyable season as a fan for the first time in a really long time. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so I just got to get your thoughts on this. Martin Odegaard appointed new captain of the team, also
Yeah.
captain of Norway. Thoughts
Yes.
on that? Is he the right man for the job? Is he too young? Should they have gone for more senior players? Say, once captain, once disgraced captain, Granit Xhaka, maybe Thomas Partey, a little bit more senior, or did they make the right decision with young Odegaard?
I think they made the right
2023?
decision. I mean, like I'm really happy with that. I think that obviously if he can captain a national team, I think that he's got all of the qualities to captain Arsenal. So I like that he's young. I like that he's only been there a year. That just says a whole lot about him, especially if you can impress Mikel Arteta in just a couple of years. Like you've got a lot going for you. So I'm happy with the appointment. I would like to see. I don't know if they announced it yet. I would like to see who are like the vice captains. I looked up that I looked it up on their website. I couldn't see anything. They hadn't really finished out that story yet. But yeah, I can definitely see you say about like maybe bringing Granit Xhaka back because this preseason he's been like, I mean, it seems like he's back to loving I mean, he's always said that he loves the club and he loves who he plays with, and everyone that plays for that team or has played with him has been like, yo, this guy is just like natural born leader and someone that you want to fight for. So it's an unpopular opinion, but I am a Shaka fan. Like, I like that he came out and was like, "Yo, like we weren't, some people on this team like weren't ready to fight, and if you're not ready to fight, this is not the place for you to be." Like, I'm okay with that. Like, people were like taking offense. I'm like, if you're taking offense to this, then you got to go too. Like, he's just speaking facts, and I like that about him. I like that he's real, he's true, he fights. I mean, I do kind of think that he's targeted by refs, but this is a completely different story. But yeah, I'm happy with being Odegaard. I think that that was the right decision. I don't care that he's too
Okay.
young. I like that. There's a whole young squad, so I'm cool with it.
Swiss boy talking that talk. Yeah. Hey, I got no problem with it either, to be honest. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you captain your national team. I think you're more than suitable candidate. Also, I mean, I remember Martin Odegaard when he was a teenager. You know, remember like I can't remember which club he was signed to when he went to Real Madrid, and like they were giving him so much hype, and they're like, this kid is supposed to
Yeah.
be the next big thing, and then like it didn't quite work out. He won a couple loans, ended up at Arsenal. So the fact that like he's found a way to be like a successful player and prove
Yeah.
that like he's actually been able to prove like, okay, fine, like maybe I wasn't able to make it into a midfield at Real Madrid, but like what kid can? Like what kid can? Like the same three guys have been playing the midfield since like 2014. So like
That's a good point.
that isn't a real like you're not like at 17 through 23 you will not be able to play better than Tony Cruz, Casemiro, or the Croatian
Lu-
guy,
Luka
Modric.
Modric.
Like that's
Yeah.
just not like
Yeah,
that's
there's
not a
no way. That's
reality.
unreal.
That that's not yeah that's not a goal that you could achieve. So to like land at Arsenal and be so important and then ultimately become a captain, I would say he like despite the hype, I think he's surpassed expectations of what he could be to be the captain of a club and a country. So I'm happy
Yeah, I'm
for the
with
kid,
you.
and I'm looking. I mean, I'm not an Arsenal fan. You know, I can clearly say that I don't have faith that Chelsea will be really competitive this season unless like they make some major adjustments. But it's not looking likely. I think the story of the season would be if Arsenal found a way to actually win this thing, like City,
No, no, no. You gotta chill because
Liverpool.
now you're getting me
No,
hyped right now.
no,
You can't talk
no,
like
no.
that.
Now I'm talking. I'm gonna say it. Just think about it, man. Think like there's no reason. Like if we're being honest, there's no reason why they couldn't. Like there's no reason. why Arsenal couldn't go beat. Like they already demonstrated that they could beat Chelsea. They beat Sevilla. That means there's no reason why they can't go beat Chelsea again. They can't go beat Man U. They can't go beat Tottenham. They can't go beat everybody else that isn't in fourth place or lower.
I agree.
And then it's a long season. Like who's to say? Like Chelsea beat Manchester United or Man City in a Champions League final. Who's to say that Gabriel Jesus and Martin or Alexander Zinchenko won't have a chip on their shoulder and want to prove something to Pep for letting them go and giving that number 9 shirt to that Norwegian boy? Who's to say they won't beat them 1-0? Who's to say that Liverpool won't have a howler? You know, like anything is possible. All I'm saying, that's all I'm saying. Like there's like in my mind, I'm looking at it. There's no reason why they couldn't be, in contention at this point. But the thing is, preseason. I apologize for gassing the fans up, but I mean, strange. I feel like Chelsea had a run like this too under Antonio Conte. Like it's just like we just win, take every game, win every game, and the teams that we aren't expected to beat, just hold in, beat them 1-0. Next thing you know, you running through with the trophy in your hand. So I mean, anything can happen. That's all. Just remember, clip this. You heard it here first. Arsenal they just might do it. They might just go undefeated. They might just be invincible.
Okay, now.
They got a number 14 in the team. I guess Aubameyang went 14 too, but that's a whole different thing. Anyway, all right, that's all I got.
I like your optimism. If I had your optimism and confidence, I would do great things in this world.
Well, there we go. What else? Anything else, Brooks? Before we call this one, anything else we want to talk about? Rumors, transfers, expectations for the league, maybe predictions on the top 5 leagues. Who's gonna win them before we head out?
I think last week of preseason. I mean, the league starts this weekend. So yeah, let's make a quick prediction. Although I do just have to do a quick shout out to AS Roma for having the most wildest unveiling, getting Paulo Dybala at the Fendi building and making it look like they had just won the World Cup. So that was wild. But where do you want to start? England?
Let's start from the bottom. League who's winning the French league?
Say the bottom. PSG.
Okay, I agree. Okay, Bundesliga. Who's winning the German league?
It's definitely Bayern Munich again.
I agree, unfortunately. Moving up, Serie A. Who's winning the Serie A Scudetto?
This is going to be a good one. Honestly, don't know if Milan will hold on to it. I don't think that they will. I want to say for me it's between Inter and Juventus. I want it to be I'm gonna say Inter because I would love if Romelu Lukaku was ousted, made the scapegoat of Chelsea, comes back, wins it again at Inter. So I'm gonna say Inter.
Oh, we're 3 for 3 right now. I completely
Okay, you thinking the same? Okay.
Okay. Moving on. La Liga. Spanish.
I'm gonna say Barcelona. I think that with the signings they made is incredible. We just brought up Madrid's midfield. While they're legends, I think that maybe they're on their way out. They're just kind of up there in age a little bit. I think that their run has lasted long enough, and I think that right now Barcelona are built to win it. So if they can figure out how to all play together, I think that they're going to win this.
I agree. Smart money's on Barcelona. Though Real Madrid also reinforced. They got, picked up a very good center back, another reinforcement in the midfield. They didn't pick up any real attacking. And I think that's going to be their downfall. Like they had all their chips on Kylian Mbappe. He said, "Let me take this money from PSG." It's Karim Benzema. You got Vinny, you got Valverde, Asensio, Rodrigo, like they all will play a part, but it's like when Benzema's not in the team can't really do anything at all. So if he gets hurt, especially, so it's like for that reason alone, like they might not concede a goal, but they won't be able to score a goal, or I don't know, like it just won't work. So yeah, Barcelona. Plus, they got
Yeah,
two
I feel
teams.
you.
They got two full teams. So,
They really do.
now, I guess the caveat will be, can they register these players? We will
Right. We're
see
still waiting
if
on
these
that.
players are registered. So yeah, that's the stipulation. Okay, final league, best league in Europe, the Premier League. Who will win the title?
I would really like to see City go back to back to back.
Dang, he's a
I
City
just think
fan.
that honestly, now watching them play yesterday, like I know that it was still a preseason game, and he didn't even start. I mean, Phillips didn't even play. There were a couple of names I was like, these dudes didn't even get in the game. Um, but let me say they're going to be. Let me just say City. Let me say City.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I agree. I agree.
Really?
It's probably. I mean, like
So not Liverpool.
Liverpool's. No, Liverpool sent a message, but City. I mean, City. Despite the three players that they let go, they or was it three or yeah three players. They still got depth. They still have more depth than any other team in this league.
They
So
do, yeah,
and quality depth. Like the kid, the Argentine Alvarez. Like
yeah,
he looks fantastic. Obviously, Erling
yeah,
Haaland looks fantastic, or can look fantastic. We've seen him be fantastic. They decided to hold on to a couple of their defenders. They picked up, I think, a new goalkeeper. I think it's
yeah.
City. Like, like
I
if
think so too. Plus, Phil Foden
yeah,
didn't even start yesterday either. It's like
yeah,
this is just a weird, kind of a weird, very pep preseason pep lineup. But we'll see. I want
yeah.
City to go again and win it.
I mean, I don't. I all I can say is I don't want Liverpool to win it.
Same.
So I mean, I also don't want City to win, but I would rather have City win than Liverpool. Bias aside, like if I was putting money on it, I would put my money on Pep and City. So,
Yeah, same.
all right, cool. Well,
About
those
Champions
are
League.
uh PSG.
That's what I was gonna say too. I just feel like this is it. It's like the last run they can make. They have to do this. This is the option year for Messi, basically. So I don't know. I just feel like they got to do this. There's been talks of Neymar, them getting rid of Neymar. This is it for them. They have to do it this year. They have to.
Neymar said he's not leaving, and he looks determined this season. This is a new Neymar. He looks determined. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. He
So
he
does
showed up
Messi.
to
So
the
does Mbappe. Always does.
all yeah. I think this is the year. I can't. Did they make any like signings worth?
No,
Jeez.
I don't know the people. Like they announced these signings, and I'm like, who? Wait, what? So
Well,
no like PSG marquee signings.
hey, which I guess that might be a good thing. I mean, the sporting director brought in players that he thinks are good enough.
Yeah.
Just because we don't know who they are and they aren't superstars, that could sometimes be a good thing. I mean,
Right.
you look at the Monaco team that made their run in the Champions League, or the Leicester team from the 15 season that won. It's like a bunch of nobodies that got nothing to get. Like all they want to do is show what they can do. So it's like they
The
come on,
Leicester
maybe
squad is
those
a good example.
yeah, like you got a bunch of guys that don't have a reputation and they just want to ball. And those are the guys like you don't, and also it's like you don't know what they can or can't do. So when you meet them in a Champions
Right.
League game, it's like you're like, oh yeah, like this guy, he's not about anything. And then next thing you know, he's just like sent a crazy ball out to the wing and they're scoring on you, or
Yeah.
so
Yeah. And I also feel like at some point, obviously, we've talked about this in the past, like luck. I feel like I think this season PSG will have a little bit of luck, and that just has to go, in their favor. Like maybe Neymar will stay injury free, and they'll get some luck in the draw. That's really what they
yeah,
need.
they need the
So
luck. They need that easy path. Yeah, give them
yes,
that
they
easy path.
do.
Come back from the World Cup, and when they start playing knockouts again in February, they like got like Ajax in their knockout, and then they're playing, and like somehow like who was it that made it the distance last year, or that was knocking everybody out? Was it Via Real that was knocking out like Bayern Munich and
Yeah.
all those teams? Yeah. So they get like one of those, and they don't like maybe Villarreal knocked out PSG too. So maybe they just don't fall asleep at the wheel. No, it was Real Madrid. How could I
Yeah.
forget? Real Madrid knocked everybody out last season. Dang, that was tough. That was tough. There was no luck involved there. That was tough. Okay.
That was tough.
Woo.
Madrid did have a tough run, but I feel like in the past it's maybe not as tough. But no, yeah, yeah, totally. It's they.
Last
I think
season was
PSG.
tough.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was absolutely.
that was tough. PSG, City,
Yeah,
Chelsea.
yeah,
Oh boy, Liverpool. Dang. All right. Okay. Well, those are the predictions then. I don't think there's probably anything else worth predicting at this stage. So maybe we call it here, Brooks. What do you think?
yeah. Sounds good. Let's do it. I think that's it. That was nice.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you. We will see you next week on the Abrazo Football Podcast. You know, after all of the leagues have officially kicked off, and hopefully there's some good drama in some of these matches, and we can give you some more updates. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. We'll see you guys later. Peace.